Hi, I'm Steve and this is Abandoned, and today I'm at Quarry Bank Mill in Style in Cheshire, and you'd be right in thinking that this isn't abandoned due to all the kids playing in the background and the fact that this is a public footpath and the mill's still here. I'm here today to actually discuss the history of the mill, or at least the mill building itself, less the people, just the mill. This mill was built in 1784, and that means it's got a lot of history. Let's go and have a look, shall we? We're going to see if we can have a look at the material history of Quarry Bank Mill. There's a lot been done about the human history of this mill. You've got the TV series The Mill. Tony Robinson visited and did some videos, but we're going to be looking at the material history of the mill. How old is it? Which is the oldest bit? Where's the newest bit? And more importantly, what happened to the dung heap? All this to follow. So please join me for a tour around Quarry Bank Mill and the mill itself's history. I don't think we can go inside though. I don't think I have permission for that. So we're just gonna be outside today. But it's a nice day, so that's fine. Hey. So to tell the story of Quarry Bank Mill, we need to go before the mill, as always. Behind me is the Packhorse Bridge. This, I believe, is older than the mill itself, and it was the original Packhorse route into Style Town before the mill was built. Behind me is the original entrance to Quarry Bank Mill, that door all the way down there. This was the part of the mill that was built in 1784 by Samuel Gregg. And as you can see, it's quite big. So this section of the mill was built, as I said, in 1784, but not all of the mill was built in 1784. And we're going to see a very obvious clue as to the multiple stages of construction of this mill. It's just around here. I'll show you in just a moment while I find it, because I lost it. The downside of filming like this is everything is behind me. Do you see it? Do you see the join? This part of the mill is from 1784. This part of the mill is later, about 1820s, 1810s. Do you see the bit where they meet? Let's have a look, see if I can spot it for you. We're going in, going in, we're going in. Do you see it now? There we go. Do you see the crack in the brickwork there? Follow it out through the window. There's another crack there. Up again. Continues up, and then we go all the way down. See the crack following the crack? It goes over to there. This is the join between the two parts of the mill. So, this section is from 1784. This section is much later, about 1810, 1820. I'm not entirely sure of the date. If the gap in the wall wasn't good enough for you, check out the roof. Absolutely seamless. This part of the mill is the later bit that I described before, and this bit here is the stairs. And then moving on, well, it's quite an obvious join. So this bit was like the on-site workshop, the area of the mill where they produce their own things, their own tools and their own things that they need to use. So it's like the on-site workshop, so they didn't have to outsource anything. And that was in this part here, and you've got these bridges. These bridges are about from 1840 or so, and this area here. Now this is where the dung heap used to be. And obviously it was moved to make way for the offices for the management of the mill, so you can imagine how that went down. But the important question is, where did the dung go? And one of the lesser known things about the mill is this whistle that's just perched on the side. This is the mill yard, the main action centre of the later part of Quarry Bank Mill. This is where most of the entertaining things that have happened, including horses being loaded up and stuff being dropped off. There's the word I was looking for, dropped off and picked up at the mill. Now, if we just go down here, though, we can see we've got the wheel pit, and this is where the gigantic rotating wheel would have been housed. And if I just do some fancy camera work, we can see this piece of metal in the floor. This is a rail. Now, why is there a rail at Quarry Bank? That is going to be a subject of a future video. This is the aforementioned water wheel in the wheel pit. This is, I think, the third water wheel at Quarry Bank. Has the wheel shafts. These things here, these are left all over the site. We'll go and see if we can find them in just a moment. But yeah, this is a huge water wheel at Quarry Bank, and yeah, it's absolutely massive. It's humongous. I'm in awe at the size of this lad. It's an absolute unit. And as we come through here, we see all sorts of other machinery. This is a thing. It does stuff. This is the end of the water wheel, so this is where it comes out. You've got the power from the wheel coming through this gear, and then it gets 90 degrees rotated. It goes up there into the mill. Anyway, so we have some tools here. This has been driven by a belt shaft going along the top. Obviously, this would have been connected to the main power source at one point, and this would have been the sort of things that you would have had in that workshop that I mentioned before. Look at me, I'm operating the machine. I've got this bare machinery going. Operating the machine. This lovely display actually tells you all about the power at Quarry Bank Mill, but that's also what I'm here for, so if you want to read more about it, come here, have a look. This display is gorgeous. It shows all about the big engines. You've got the people working. It shows you the crankshafts or the power shafts at the top. There's an animation, that's awesome. And you've also got the various methods. It is that big thing I was talking about, so there we go. That's me. Legit. No, it's not really me. That's me. That's usually me. This is a wheel pit. This is the first wheel pit at Quarry Bank Mill, and it's the one that floods. And interestingly, if you go up to this window and you have a gaze through, you can see a massive arch going over there. It's a dirty window. There we go. See the big arch? That's where the water would have come in, the head race. Would have gone under my feet here and down into here, and this would have had a huge water wheel. You can see here, there's the bracing for the shaft of the water wheel. So yeah, that's where the water wheel used to go. It's getting busy, I better leave. Oh wow, look at this vast machine. It's a real machine. It is a top gear. This is the end of the video. Yep, I bet you thought it was going to carry on. No, it's the end of the video. It's gotten too busy, frankly, and I'm finding it very hard to find places to record at Quarry Bank without getting interrupted by people and staff, and they've been absolutely lovely letting me record here today. So big thanks to them, but there's just a lot of people kicking about. So we will come back when it's quieter, don't worry. Big thanks from me, and I'll see you again for whatever.